Hi everybody. Today we're talking about one of our PrepWellers who is stepping up his game. After a conversation I had with him last month, where I called him on the carpet on something that he was interested in, and he is coming back for redemption. You're going to want to hear this story. Hi everybody, I'm Phil Black. I run an online mentoring program called PrepWell Academy, where I help guide, mentor, and help rising freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. I help them make smart decisions about high school, about college, about careers, about life, about majors. And in this particular episode, I am hearkening back to an episode we had about a week ago. I was with one of my young PrepWellers, one of my favorite ones, and we were discussing what his interests were and what his passions were and what he might want to major in college, maybe a career, maybe what even college he would want to go to. And he boldly told me that he was interested in biomechanical engineering. Wow, that's pretty impressive, right? Biomechanical engineering. So we got to talking a little bit, and I said, oh, that's interesting. So tell me a little bit about biomechanical engineering and why you're so passionate about it, and why you maybe want to have a career and a major in a college, all surrounding this one, to me, pretty niche-y type interest. So he said, well, I took a class, and I'm in a track right now in school. And I said, okay, well, that's good. Well, anything else? And he said, well, what do you mean? I said, let's play a little game, a little role-playing game. Let's say that I'm the judge and jury, and you're a prosecutor, and you're trying to build a case to convince me and demonstrate to me that you actually want to be a biomechanical engineer. Ready, 1, 2, 3, go. And you're not allowed to use the fact that you're in this track. It has to be something other than academics. So he, kind of paused for a second and didn't really have a lot to say. So I prompted him a little bit. I said, hey, how about, are you much of a tinkerer? Do you work on things in the garage? Do you like to see how things work? Take things apart, put them back together? Have you watched YouTube videos? Have you explored Khan Academy, watched TED Talks on replacement of hips? And I went on this big laundry list, and he was kind of like a deer in the headlights. And his answer was, not really. And I was really impressed with him because guess what? I just got an email from him today, and the message, the subject of the email was, let's see, I wrote it down here to remember it. The subject was, my plea to the judge and jury, from one of my PrepWellers. He sent me 2 pictures, actually, and on his kitchen table was an unbelievable concoction with all kinds of Bunsen burners and a magnet and a switch and all this gear strewn all over his kitchen table, a couple pictures, and it looked like a mad scientist was at play. And in the body of the email, he said to me this, Dear Mr. Black, I was really motivated to tinker and build some cool things after our last conversation. So I decided to build a hydrogen-producing device that splits water molecules through electrolysis. It was fairly simple to build and an experiment. I like the humility. But it's really gotten the ball rolling. I'm really psyched to figure out whether this is what I really want to do. Please see the photos below. So here's the deal. In my job, my goal and my challenge is to talk to kids and figure out what they like to do. And I don't want to say call them out on it, but test them on it, test their theory on it, make them prove to me, because guess what's going to happen? When they apply to college and they write their essays and they write their extracurriculars, they're basically trying to demonstrate to a college admissions officer whether they actually have an interest in this particular major, in this particular department, in this particular college. And if they're just going in there blindly because somebody told them that they'd be good at it, or because they took one class and they got an A in it, and all of a sudden they're putting all their eggs in that basket, that's not going to cut it. So what I'm excited about is this. Oh, I'm back. Say hi, guys. All right. All right, so let me get back. So what I'm excited about is this PrepWeller of mine. He took this as a challenge, and he got after it. He said, hey, you're questioning me? You're questioning me on whether I like biomedical engineering or not? I'm going to get after this. So he starts tinkering. He starts fixing things, starts putting things together, starts doing little experiments on his kitchen table. That's what I want him to do, because guess what? He's either going to love it and he's going to be energized by it, and he's going to keep going and do more and more experiments and build up this great case, this great evidence that that's actually what he wants to do. Guess what? On the other hand, if he doesn't like it and he starts to fade and he starts not to be interested and not to be energized, he just saved himself a lot of time, a lot of headache, maybe not getting into a school because he doesn't have anything to back it up. And instead of figuring this out junior year in college, he figures it out now, going into junior year of high school. Congratulations, my friend. Keep getting after it. Figure out if this is something that you actually like and build your case. Please share this with somebody who may have a son or daughter who's interested in something. Maybe they want to be a doctor, maybe they want to be a lawyer. And are they saying it, or are they putting their actions to work? Call them out on it. Ask them if it's something they really want to do, and have them prove to you whether that's the case or not. Or sign up with PrepWell Academy and let me do the heavy lifting. I have a very interesting way to poke, to prod. I talk to kids all the time, all day, every day, and I see patterns. And I can see right through what's authentic and what's trumped up. So if you'd like to do that, go to PrepWellAcademy.com, sign up. You can sign up for our newsletter. I'll let you know when PrepWell Academy opens up again for enrollment, which is probably going to be in September. We're closed right now. We may or may not open up in September based on demand. Right now we're closed due to too much demand, but we're thinking about opening up in September. If you're interested in summer goal setting, I can send you a custom goal setting worksheet that you can use with your son or daughter that I was using with my son this morning to refine his goals for the summer. He wrote up a first list, didn't really cut it so much. So we went over it again today and we dialed it in, refined it, and he's good to go. You can do that by going to PrepWellAcademy.com/P/goals. PrepWellAcademy.com/P/goals. Please, if you have somebody who might be interested in this, or they have somebody going into 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th grade, share this message with them, tag them on this, get them involved. Please put a comment below. If you're not watching this live, please put a comment below with something that you'd like me to cover, something that you'd like me to address, a question you might have having to do with kids getting into college, admissions, what they should do over the summer, goal setting, summer jobs. You name it, we will address it. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.